I wanted to include this because it very much plays into what we just talked about, especially at the end there of the monologue. The real purpose of education, which is to convert your kids. You know, for the left, public education is religious education. It's all about conversion. And here is, and most of the time on the left, they'll deny that, or they'll try to kind of use euphemisms. They don't want to speak directly about it and admit that, yeah, we want your kids, we want to convert them and make them into the kinds of people that we think they should be. Usually they skirt around that subject. They're not going to be so blunt and straightforward about it. But every once in a while, they'll come out and admit it. And sometimes do that in the form of song. So I got to play this for you to begin with. This is the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, as they're called. And they've apparently been around for a long time. This is a video they put out on YouTube. It's titled "A Message from the Gay Community." And anyway, here's the message. Let's listen.
You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. You can keep him from disco, warn about San Francisco, make him wear pleated pants, we don't care. We'll convert your children. We'll make them tolerant and fair.
There you go. That is ultimately the goal. Now, we also have, okay, we'll play this clip for you real quick too, because then the song goes on. I'm not going to play the whole thing for you, but I think the creepiest part of the whole song, you probably thought that it couldn't get creepier than that. Well, it does. Here you go.
We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them.
Oh, nothing weird about that. A bunch of grown men saying, "We're coming for your children." What else do you need to know? They've put it in song. They're singing it to you. We're coming for your children. Yep, we are. We got a whole song and dance about it. Yeah, even in spite of this, there are still people, even people on the right, a lot of people on the right actually. When you use a phrase like the LGBT agenda, they kind of recoil. They say, well, whoa, yeah, that's conspiracy, that's offensive. It's right there. It's not from me. It's this. You just heard it. You heard the song. They've got an anthem now, making it very clear. The only problem with a phrase like the LGBT agenda is that it's redundant. I mean, the left's agenda is the LGBT agenda, is the critical race theory agenda. All of this is together. But they could not be more clear about it. They're coming for your children. And the way that they justify it is they say, well, we want to make them tolerant and fair. We want to make them open-minded. Of course, it's going to be our idea of what tolerant and fair means. And as we know, this is not going to be universal tolerance. Because they're not going to be tolerant. We don't want your kids to be tolerant of everything. We don't even want them to be tolerant of you. We want to turn your kids against you. No, we want them to be tolerant of us and the choices that we make. And not so much tolerant as celebratory is really the word. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends.